When the thought of an MBA crossed my mind, I had multiple things to consider. But the most important thing that I had to consider was the fact that is it even worth it? Right? We have all come across these images that talk about great businessmen being dropouts from colleges, and then we might think that an MBA may be useless. But the most important thing to consider, if at all you're planning on doing an MBA or if you're already pursuing your MBA, is the fact that what is it that you actually learn and don't learn when it comes to an MBA. And this is precisely what I plan to cover in this particular video, where I take you guys through the top 10 things that are not taught to you in an MBA but are extremely important. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Welcome back to the Marketing Empress. I am back with another book summary, and this one is the 80-minute MBA book summary. Now, when I first came across this book, I was really intrigued on knowing the smaller nuances that they've covered in the book that I did not learn during my MBA. And boy, was I surprised. There are these multiple things, or rather every third page in the book gives you an aha moment that this is exactly what I needed to know when I was pursuing my MBA. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into the top 10 things that I have intentionally picked from this book, which I feel are extremely important from marketing or a generic perspective that all you MBA guys need to be aware of.
Number 1. To balance your skills and limits, find someone else who can do what you cannot do.
Now this one is my favorite from the lot. See, when you guys are pursuing an MBA, you become a part of this sort of a rat race where everyone is competing against one another trying to up their game. So you participate in multiple B-school competitions, you take up a lot of online courses to stand out from your peers. But what's most important to understand in a situation like this is to know that it's not about being good at everything. At the end of the day, what matters is that you are good at something. And that's an important point to note, guys, because only those who are good at something will have the thought of hiring someone else who may be good at something else, right? So it need not be that you are the only one who is doing everything all on your own. There may be a situation where you need to hire someone else who may be better off at doing a particular task, and that should be taken into account.
Number 2. Successful leaders are motivated by what they build rather than what they get.
Now, one of the things that I have noticed even during my MBA and MBA in general, I've had a lot of friends who've done their MBAs, the constant cribbing around placement opportunities, around B-school competitions, around just getting that opportunity to showcase your talent. The thing is that we all keep complaining about these things that maybe, we're not being presented with a lot of opportunities to showcase what we truly have. But as a matter of fact, successful leaders build opportunities. It's not about what you come across, it's about what you build on your own.
Number 3. You can accomplish anything in life, provided you do not mind who gets the credit.
This actually might be the toughest one to implement, guys. Trust me on this. Let's take an example of group projects during your college assignments. You have maybe a group of 5 to 6 people and you are supposed to do a particular task. In a situation like that as well, there are a lot of people who are inclined towards ensuring that they get maximum spotlight, right? You want to get maximum credit for the kind of work that you've been doing. But trust me, guys, when it comes to a real business-like scenario, if you do not bother yourself with who gets the credit, you can put in the best foot forward and you may eventually anyway get that credit.
Number 4. Some people can drain away your energy, leaving you exhausted. These are drainers. Other people can energize you, giving you strength. These are radiators.
And it's extremely important that you push your energy towards the radiators. These are the people who are going to motivate you to go forward with whatever you plan on doing. See, there will be a lot of obstacles whenever you plan your own business or any work assignment or something like that in the real life scenario after you graduate from your MBA. But remember that these obstacles are going to eventually lead to learnings, and hence you need to ensure that there are people around you who can motivate you to achieve a lot.
Number 5. Marketing moves away from the 30-second ad slot to staging conversations with customers in online social media.
Now, the shift from mainline advertising to digital advertising was a long time pending. And though this book is a little dated, this particular learning is most important in this particular scenario we are in right now. Digital has taken a long jump and already come into the households of most of the Indian consumers, and hence it becomes extremely important to make that marketing switch from mainline to digital. So if at all your B school still focuses on the 30-second TV ad spot, it's about time you yourself teach yourself the reality.
Number 6. Selling small volumes of hard to find items to many customers rather than selling large volumes of a few hit products may be profitable.
This one is an important learning, and when I came across this particular learning, the first thought that came into my mind was that of Amazon. Amazon's Apni Dukaan. Currently, this particular shopping website comprises of products across categories. So I highly doubt there would be anything that's not available on Amazon. But in the long run, if you're just starting off, this may not be the area you want to focus on, because there are so many players already operating in this particular space. It would rather be more beneficial that you focus your energy on hard to find items as against just coming up with something which delivers the same product that Amazon or a Flipkart is already looking into.
Number 7. Intangible assets are estimated to account for up to 80% of the value of large companies today. Thus, people contribute to business more than any other factor of production.
Now, if you plan on starting your own company, your own business after your MBA, this particular point needs to be written somewhere in bold. Guys, people matter the most to a company. See, if at all your products go wrong somewhere, it's still a tangible product, right? You can go ahead in the future and possibly make changes to the product. But if your intangible asset is affected, there is possibly no going back. So ensure that most of your time and energy is focused around the people you're working with, because they will define your business.
Number 8. Marketers learn what the customers need, help develop products, create awareness, and communicate benefits.
Now, this may not be news to most of us marketing geeks, because throughout our MBA, we've been given hundreds of definitions of marketing. But all of these definitions were focused around the learning point of view, right? The actual execution, however, is only centered around this particular learning.
Number 9. Individual people can now share content, ideas, interests, and recommend on brands. There is no longer a passive consumer.
Now, this can be considered as a positive or a negative situation. And for example, if there's a particular complaint that a consumer wants to lodge against your brand, you would want the consumer to be passive, because at the end of the day, who likes negative feedback, right? But the passive consumer phenomena has far gone back into the days, okay? Now, we are looking at a situation where Twitter gives every consumer easy access to complain about brands and make a huge impact. So, as marketers, we need to ensure that those specific handles, social media handles where consumers are active and can talk negatively about your brand, you are 2 steps ahead of the consumer to ensure that every grievance is sorted and you maintain a positive image around your brand.
And lastly, getting more involved and can help design, develop, and distribute products.
This has been something that's adopted by multiple brands and has worked tremendously in their favor. One of the brands as an example that I can give is that of Tupperware. Now, Tupperware entire model is dependent on customers selling it to other customers. It's a brilliant way to work around things because these customers can help you make your product and your marketing at the same time much better. So to conclude, an MBA may serve as a must-have degree in a situation like today, especially in India. If you do not have an MBA today, it becomes quite a task to move up the ladder in an organization. However, it's important to note that not everything is taught to you in an MBA. It becomes a lot more simpler if you know the practicality of things instead of just going ahead with the learnings that you learn in the classroom of your MBA for 2 years. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and could relate to the points mentioned in this particular video. If you did, ensure that you leave a comment below letting me know what you think about this particular video. And of course, before you leave, ensure that you like, share and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification icon so that the next time we upload something on the channel, you guys are notified first. Until next time, bye-bye.